All right, what's going on, guys? It's Timon with Trey from How To's by Bros, and I've got my boy Tristan Madden right here.
What's going on?
And we are going to film how to throw a football far and accurate for you guys.
So the first step in throwing a football far and accurately is the way that your hands are placed on the football. You want to have your middle finger touching the top of the lacing on the top of the football. You want that to be at the beginning of there, and then you want to skip a thread with every finger. And then your index finger is going to be the top of the football where you're going to get your spiral from. So it's going to roll off of your fingers in this motion right here. Something that you can do with your hand placement to increase being able to throw a spiral is just little tosses like this. Tossing the football up and making sure that you roll your hand and touch your fingers to your wrist. So it's gonna look a little something like this. Just throwing the football up, making sure that it does a spiral and then it's coming back down. You always want to make sure that your fingers are coming in towards your wrist so that you get the spinning motion on the football. Not that one. Another thing we're going to talk about is how your body's going to be set when you're throwing the football. You always want to have your feet about shoulder width apart. The way that you're going to have your body stance is your knees are going to be slightly bent, giving you just enough right here in your torso to spin. You're gonna wanna have this spinning rotation in your torso. And the way that your feet are gonna go is when you're stepping, you wanna plant here, have your knees open at about shoulder width apart, and then you're gonna rotate your shoulders here. So it's gonna look something like this. So that's what the setup for the throw is gonna be like. So after you get the stepping down with your feet here in shoulder width position, we're gonna wanna start learning how to cock the football back. It's gonna look a little bit like this. Here is where you're gonna set up to throw. You're gonna get your power from here. You're leaning off of your back foot, and then you wanna keep your finger placements how we showed you before, and you're just gonna take that, you're gonna rotate to your ear, and then following through. And you always wanna have your follow through hand. You always want this hand to connect down to your pocket on your opposite side. So we're gonna throw the football right here. I'm gonna show you a little bit what it's gonna look like. So that's gonna be the throw right there. All right, guys, now we're gonna talk about the three-step drop. A three-step drop is what you do when you're setting up for short passes, medium passes, and then a five-step drop is what you're gonna do when you're setting up for long passes or deep over the middle passes. The three-step drop is gonna look like this. You're gonna have your feet, you're gonna want your plant off foot to be behind. So I plant off with my left foot first. So as you can see, my left foot is gonna be slightly behind my right foot. And the way that works is when I want to plant with this left, I'm gonna push open here. You want your very first step to be the widest of all of your steps. That's where you're gonna get your most distance from the line of scrimmage. So it's gonna look a little bit like this. That's gonna be your very first step of your drop back. So you want it to be a very long lunge. You wanna get out far away from the line, and you wanna stay as far away from the line of scrimmage as possible. So your next two steps, after you get your far lunge step, the next two after here is going to be a quick cross, and then you're gonna get a set step. Your set step is where you get yourself into position to make your throw. So after your drag, here, set, this is where you're gonna be in position to look around and make your pass down the field. Since we're doing a three-step drop, we'll do a short pass right now. I'll get into position to throw, I'll scan the field, and then I'll look at where I want to throw the football. All right, so I'm gonna talk a little bit more about how to cock back the football in preparation for a throw. So what you're gonna do is once you get to your stance, you're gonna have your feet here, and when the cock back comes here, you're gonna wanna put it up next to your ear so that you can scan the field in front of you without the football being in your line of sight. You still wanna be able to view here in your peripherals, and you still wanna be able to view here in your peripherals as well. So when you're cocking it back, you're gonna get your feet stepped here, you're gonna have the ball up to your chest, and when you're about ready to throw, it's gonna come here. So this way, there's less distance from here to here than there is from here to here. So you wanna have the football as close to throwing position as possible. When it's by your ear, you have a very quick cock back to here. as opposed to having it down here. You're gonna have a very long way to travel to get the football up to your ear to throw. So obviously the quicker you throw the football, the better it's going to be. It's gonna look a little bit like this. I'm going to show you where I have the football when I'm doing my drop back. When I'm about to throw, you'll see the football raise up to my ear. And then when I'm making the pass, you'll see the rotation of the football towards away from my body. And then the football will come and follow through here. And always with your arm, your throwing hand, you always want this hand to rotate into your left pocket. If you are right-handed. If you're left-handed, it's obviously going to be the opposite. Your left hand into your right pocket. So it's gonna look a little bit like this. All right guys, so now we're gonna talk about accuracy. To get more accuracy on the football, we did talk about hand placement. Hand placement is a big factor on how you're going to get the accuracy. There's a lot of different ways that you can place your hands on the football. The way that I personally do it is going to be like this. We're gonna have the index, or the middle finger is going to be touching the top of the laces, and then we're going to have our fingers skipping a lace in between each finger. Your index finger is where you're gonna want to squeeze the football, and also your thumb. You're gonna want to squeeze the football there. That allows you to pin the football in this corner and rotate with your index finger. You're gonna rotate the football as you follow through. So we're gonna aim at this trash can over here. We're just showing you guys a little bit of precision, how to dump the ball into the zone that you're looking for. And a big key in this is once we're aiming at our target, we want to, with our follow through, I'm gonna show you without the football. With the follow through, as you're going through with the football, you want to be pointing at the target that you're aiming at, along with your follow through coming back down to the hip. So when you're aiming at the target, it's gonna come here. You're gonna want to stop as you release the football and point to where you're throwing from as you're following through to your hip. So it's gonna look a little bit like this. All right guys, now we're gonna talk a little bit about how to get distance on the football while you're throwing. So we did talk about a 5-step drop. The 5-step drop is gonna be used primarily for passing it deep down the field or deep over the middle. What that's gonna look like is this. You're gonna have the same placement as you would for the 3-step drop. You're gonna take your leap step here. This is gonna be your 1, 2. You're gonna have a second leap step in this type of drop. So it's gonna be a leap, cross, and then a leap again. You're gonna cross and you're gonna set. So that's gonna be your 5th step. We'll do it one more time just to show you. It's gonna be here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're gonna set your feet for the 5. They're gonna be about shoulder width apart. And then now in terms of talking about distance, once we get to our 5th step, we're gonna wanna start winding up for the football. Giving 5 steps for the receivers is a long time for them to get out into the open field. So once you hit your 5th step, you're gonna wanna be ready to throw the football. So it's gonna look like this. And then you're gonna be set in position to throw the football. So as you're set, for throwing distance, it's gonna be a little bit different. You're gonna wanna wind up a little more, and you're gonna wanna step into your throw. So the way that that's gonna work is once you hit your 5th step, we're gonna do our drop back right here. Once you hit the 5th step and set your feet, the way that this is gonna work is you are going to cock the football back here. It's gonna be right at your ear in the same position that we would if we were going to throw a 3-step drop pass. And from this spot, we're gonna wanna wind up. We're gonna go forward towards the pass so that we get more distance and more power on our throw. So if you look down here at my feet, the way that we're set here is shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. We're gonna wanna take a jump step into our throw as we're coming across. So with the 5-step drop, it'll look something like this. All right, so we'll take one more look at that. I'm not gonna throw the football this time, but you will see how the 5-step drop looks and how the setup for the throw looks like. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully it did teach you how to throw a football farther and more accurately. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And go ahead and click on the most recent videos posted by How To's by Bros. Thank you guys for watching this video, and we will see you next time.
What's going on, guys? It's Timon from How To's by Bros. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. That was my good friend Tristan Madden. He actually played for Dixie State. He plays college ball and stuff, but the reason why I'm filming this right now is because I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about who I am and like where I'm at. All of us, we struggle so hard, and honestly, I don't look like I'm a Christian or a Jesus lover, but I'm a Jesus freak. I love Jesus, and Jesus literally changed my life around. You know, I was getting involved in so many different things, and you know, this has been one of the worst years of my life. I've had 6 friends die in the past 8 months. You know, I've gone through things, I've seen things that none of you guys will ever see, and I hope that you never see in your life. And God has literally completely changed my life. He's given me hope. He's been able to show me that I'm able to just accept where I'm at right now without getting upset and getting so frustrated like within my life and what I'm doing right now. And I'm able to just feel calm, and I'm able to just give everything to Him and just feel relieved of everything that I'm doing. And it's just crazy how you guys can think that, you know, God isn't who He is. God is literally such an amazing being, and if it wasn't for Him, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And if it wasn't for Him, I would be struggling with so many different things in my life right now. And I just want you guys to know that Jesus has literally changed my life, and He's done so many great and powerful things in my life. And I really hope that you guys would just listen and not cause hate because we're sharing this, because not very many people share, you know, God, and not very many people share, you know, who Jesus really is. And He's done so many things in my life, and that's why we're doing these videos, is so that we can help you guys, you know, do a how-to stuff, and also, you know, share who we truly love and why we're truly here. And honestly, God has impacted my life like no other thing or person or anyone has ever done in my entire life. And I'm able to accept where I'm at right now. I'm able to do things that I wouldn't be able to do if it wasn't for God. So just keep that in mind. We will see you guys on the next video. Have a good day, guys.